This is Coffee, Country, and Cody.
Today is a big day. A big day around the plaza, everybody. Welcome in. It's Coffee, Country, and Cody. We are inside the Simply Superior studio at the A-Cup House on the Opry Plaza, where everything is happening in preparation for the Opry 100 special tonight on NBC. You can be tuning in 7 o'clock Central Time. Your host will be Blake Shelton, and we are running down all the things that you can expect. In fact, we're just going to do wall-to-wall coverage for you. I mean, this is like, I don't know, our Super Bowl, our Masters, our World Series tonight. And so we're going to go starting at 3 o'clock. Charlie Matos is standing by. You'll be back at 3 o'clock?
I'll be back. Yeah, we'll be visiting with a lot of Grand Ole Opry stars here at our A-Cup House studio, and then you'll be on the red carpet about a football field away at the Opry House. So, yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. And if you're coming to the show, come hang out in front of our studio here, because we're going to have everything on the big video screen, and you'll be able to hear and see everything. You won't miss a thing. But if you're not going to be a part of it here, make sure you're a part of it at home. Follow us on all the socials, and then NBC and Peacock at 7 o'clock.
Easiest place to watch the live stream. It's going to start around 5:30. Easiest place is on Opry's Facebook page. So if you're already following the Opry on the Facebook page, we're going live 5:30. I'll be there live with whoever walks by. So we'll grab them and talk to them.
You'll like this. This is the rare occasion where I've actually asked Renee for advice on what I should wear.
Oh.
Now, she's gone with me and bought a lot of things, but I'm trusted to put my combinations together. I've got that down pretty good. So I said, hey, what do you think of this? And she goes, well, if you're going to wear that jacket, you need to wear this shirt. But the implication was...
Don't wear that jacket.
Yeah. She goes, you don't like this jacket? She goes, no, I really don't.
Okay.
I'm like, okay. So I'm not wearing the jacket that she doesn't like and wearing the one she does like.
There you go.
So.
Well, I've had a lot of friends have been texting, like, what are you wearing? What are you wearing? I have a friend, Lydia, that's going to be on the red carpet with us. She works for the NBC affiliate here. And so she was sending me stuff last week. And I am notorious about putting it off until the very last minute.
Right.
But I had a jacket that I have not worn yet. And I said, I think that's my winner. So
there it is.
Yeah. Black and sparkly. What's not to love?
Oh, that's, yeah.
Black and sparkly.
Winner.
Winner. It's all happening tonight. Speaking of, we are going to have our grand poobah come by, Dan Rogers. Opry Dan is coming in to tell us more about the Opry 100 special. He's actually the senior vice president and executive producer of the Grand Ole Opry. That's his official title. To everybody else, he's Opry Dan. Yeah, so he's coming by. He's going to chat with us. And then later on, 8:30, Justin Danger Nunley. Y'all probably follow him. If you're on social media, guarantee you've seen him. You probably follow him on Instagram or TikTok. He's got 9 million followers on TikTok.
Yeah, I just want to know what it's like to be, doing softball and baseball at your own facility and go from 5,000 followers to 3 million in like 2 weeks.
That's
and how your life changes that like that.
Right.
Because mine hasn't. I'm still at like 1,500. So
maybe he'll give us some tips.
Just a few
we'll check
shy
in.
of that. So.
Is on WSM.
We are getting set. It's happening today, and I have to say, it is wall-to-wall coverage for us. Starting at 3 o'clock right here on WSM Radio, Charlie Matos is going to be right here inside our Simply Superior studio at the A-Cup House. We're going to be welcoming some of our family from the Opry in 5:30. I'll be starting the live stream on all the Opry socials, so you can be watching 7 o'clock. That's when the show is happening on NBC. And here, the ringmaster of all of it, Opry Dan Rogers. Do you feel like this has been the circus and you're the ringmaster?
There are a lot of ringmasters. I will say that.
Okay.
Circus, yeah. That's a decent metaphor. But lots of ringmasters and lots of different rings. But it's been great. It's been, even just yesterday when we had some rehearsals, and it was already so much fun to see so many opera members in one place, and like truly all of us looking at each other. Like I went and made a cup of coffee with Jamie Johnson, and we kind of looked at each other like, how did we get so lucky to land here at this point in time? I mean, we just kind of said, holy smokes, this is fantastic. And
Well, it's a
drank our
year-long
coffee.
celebration. We were talking about this just a few minutes ago. This is just one of the tentpole events that we have planned for the entire year. But the logistics, Dan, of getting all of these people in one place at one time is really incredible. We have so many different shows. We have, CMAs and ACMs, but never have we had this many powerhouse artists all together.
It's going to be great. It really will be. And it's going to be great wherever you are, out front, at home, watching, backstage afterwards. It's been so fun because that sentiment is shared, I think, by everybody. As Terry Clark was leaving yesterday, she was just said, I can't believe I'm here. So great.
Yeah, I described it as an award show atmosphere, but no pressure because the Opry is the award, and everybody has already won. It's just the best. So, and your backstage area has become a tour bus village. Did you notice that when you drove in this morning?
You are correct. It has. It has indeed. I guess one way to say how busy it is last night. We realized we needed another dressing room, and it became clear my office is the only answer. And I mean, it was always, but it wasn't hands off my office. It was,
right.
I just expected a lot of people to be in and out the whole
Yeah.
day anyway. But yes, that's become a dressing room.
We still have the closet across the hall, too, in case
That's
you need
right.
it. Overflow.
That's the social media.
Oh, it is?
Okay.
It's already been taken. So tell us a little bit about what we can expect. I don't want to give any surprises away, but there are going to be some really special moments in the show tonight.
To me, really, it feels a lot like just a great, great night at the Opry. The set looks like the Opry, but magnified to celebrate 100 years. And, a great night at the Opry has some surprise collaborations, has maybe somebody joining someone you wouldn't expect, tips of the hat to the past, celebrating somebody's recent hit, all those things. So I think it's going to move really quickly and just be a great walk down memory lane, and also throwing the doors wide open to the next century. And I'll say also a great kickoff to the next few months. Like truly, it's just the beginning of so many special shows we're going to be doing, and a big invitation to the world to come be a part of it with us.
It's interesting too. You said, chatting with Jamie, boy, how did we land here? And, we'll have some of our newest Opry stars as a part of it. But then you have someone like Bill Anderson, who's been here for 63 of the 100. And it's just the great spectrum that the Opry is.
Exactly. And Mr. Millsap is going to be with us.
Oh, that's wonderful.
That's awesome.
Yeah. See, I didn't know
that.
Oh,
Yeah, the audience is going to be a who's who. Like you could, Gina and I could look at the audience and go with our steno pads and say, when can we see you back?
Yeah.
Do we still
How
have
is April
tickets?
12th?
Did you give our tickets away? Did you need them? Because if you do, we get it. One of the things too, and I have to give you so many props for this. There has been such a resurgence in country and interest in country from people who aren't familiar with our genre. And the beautiful thing about the Opry is we welcome everybody on the stage, and you have artists like Jelly Roll, and then you have artists like Bill Anderson on the same stage at the same time in the same show. So it really is that beautiful bridge between where we came from and the music that we were founded on and where it's going in the future. And you're really doing such a great job of doing that.
There are a lot of people doing that, but it's true. It's like you all are there so often on any given night at the Opry. It's like, holy smokes, look at everything you can see in this one single show, and then leave it to the great artists who play the Opry that so often those folks who seem so disparate by the end of the night are out there together doing something, because they found this commonality. And a lot of times they have it and I didn't even know it. Like I'll say to Vince Gill or what have you, hey, I'd like to enter, and they said, we recorded together 3 weeks ago.
You're like, of course you did. Of course you did.
Well, and sometimes you roll the dice and you think it's going to be great, and it's even better than anybody could have imagined. And I'm thinking like a night like Post Malone. I mean, it's just it was a win on every level.
It was so much fun. So much fun.
It's amazing. Okay, so tonight's the big special. Let's give people an idea of what's happening beyond tonight, because I know everyone's already locked and loaded and we're going to have an amazing show. What's our next big exciting thing?
So I'd say the next thing we're going to announce are some specifics on back when we kind of shared everything that we're planning for Opry 100 were Opry 100 honors shows, where we'll take even some of the folks who are being tributed in 5 minutes tonight, give them their own show where some of the folks that were influenced by them get to come and do their material and really just look back and appreciate the shoulders that we stand on today. So, folks like Opry 100 honors Loretta Lynn, Opry 100 honors Porter and Jimmy, and those folks. So we'll announce the first round of those really soon, and the first 3 we're going to announce they're all going to be really great. Especially if you're fans of those artists, you're going to love that. And then, of course, we're making plans for our first ever broadcast internationally in London, so that'll be great. Every show in October is going to be the birthday shows that we've done for years, and then another huge night. Who knows? I may be back here Black Friday morning if you'll have me. November 28th is the true 100th anniversary of Uncle Jimmy Thompson sitting down and playing the fiddle, and that leading to everything we see around us today.
The Opry has an incredible archive. Have you ever found a photo of Uncle Jimmy Thompson smiling?
I have not.
No.
Speaking of archives, I will say some of the folks who are on tonight are... we've invited them to wear something from our artifact collection.
That's
so
cool.
That'll be really cool. And in a couple of cases, it's just worked out that someone's singing a song and there was something that worked for them to wear. And I'm honored to be wearing, to get to wear tonight, a Marty Robbins a gold Opry watch, which you too may appreciate that because it's no longer running the Fine Folks and Archives timed it at 6:50.
Oh,
Oh, that's perfect.
sweet. Oh, and speaking of wearing,
Yes.
Audrey Bryant at the Opry Shop will text me if I don't get you to mention
You've got
this.
the
You got the new
I
swag
love
on.
it.
Yeah.
Gene and Willie, hot dog. I love the Grand Ole
And
Opry.
not just to promote the T-shirt. When I saw it even via email, we're going to do this, I'm like, that's mine. Hot dog, I love the Grand Ole Opry.
Hey, thank you for coming in this morning.
Thank you so much.
Can't
it's gonna
wait
be fun.
for tonight. As we mentioned, tune in here on WSM starting at 3, on Opry Socials at 5:30, on NBC at 7 o'clock. Opry 100 Live.
Coffee, country, and Cody.
We opened up the back door. We made him wait for a little while just to test his patience to see, But he's been a coach for a long time. He was in the military. Now he is all over your Instagram and all over your TikTok, and I guarantee y'all have seen some of his videos, and he is taking over the Opry Socials tonight. We have Justin Danger Nunley with us. It's good to see you.
Good to see y'all.
Thanks for being
having
patient. We could see you on our screen. We were doing an interview, and you were just standing there, just nice as all get out, buzzing, and we're like, we'll let you
I think I buzzed a total of 4 times, and I'm sure if you look back at the video, you will hear me say, if you're trying to test my patience, you're out of luck, because I've been in the military for 20 years.
Right.
I will wait here out of spite till Jesus comes back. All right?
Out of spite.
Yes, 100%.
That is a true Southerner, man.
Out of spite.
I will do it just to spite you.
10 toes down. I'm staying right here. This place is more, I don't even know why you locked the door. This place is more secure than the Branch Davidian compound, okay? I had to go through 2 layers of security, and then those steps are steep. Hey, you're out of breath by the time you get to the top. Anybody that's mildly out of shape is not getting up here, okay?
It is a test.
So,
it's a test. You survived.
I did.
Congratulations.
I was like, where are they at? Did they not show up today?
That's it. So how did all this get started? I was talking to your dad earlier, and I said, has this been a wild ride for you? And he's like, it's been kind of crazy.
It's been wild for them my whole life.
Well, I could
It
pin that.
Yeah, school days were rough.
Were they? Did you get kicked out a lot? Were you the class clown?
Yes.
Okay.
I didn't go to school my last 2 years. They just sent a teacher to my house.
Stop.
I didn't do anything bad. I just did a bunch of little stuff. Like I figured I mastered the art of pushing people's buttons from an early age.
Okay.
And that's my thing. I can
Death
figure
by
out what
1,000
triggers
cuts.
you. Yes. Yes. And my youngest son, he has inherited that from me. And I don't let him trip me up with it. Crystal, she falls for it every time. He calls her Crash Out Crystal. So, yes.
Honey, I'll be praying for you.
Which even triggers her even worse when he calls her Crash Out Crystal.
I got to add you to the prayer list. That's amazing. So tell us how this all got started. You were in Fort Walton Beach, Florida. Still there. That's still home.
Yep.
And running softball, like a softball training facility?
Yeah, baseball and softball training facility.
Great.
Me and my friend owned it and did that for a while, teaching hitting lessons. And then I kind of just blew up online, telling jokes and interrupting people and saying stuff like, listen, did you know this used to actually be Roy Acuff's house where we are at right now? Now you do.
I love your facts. Your facts are cool. I must admit. Yeah, it really is. But what happened to you is we've had that story with so many artists where, they'll go to bed, they'll post something, they'll wake up the next morning and suddenly like 5 million people have liked it. And it's like, are these even real people? What's going on?
Right.
A good friend of mine, Alexandria Kay.
Oh, we love Alexandra.
She did the same thing, making coffee in her kitchen
singing.
and look at her now.
Yeah.
I know,
I love her
it's
to death.
She was
She's awesome.
just on the Jelly Roll tour.
Yep.
So what was the post that just set all of this into motion?
It was a light bulb moment. So I started out just telling Crystal jokes. I would always say, hey, Crystal, you want to hear a joke? And she'd say, not really. And I'd say, yeah, I don't care. And then tell the joke, right? And then I had a light bulb moment one night laying in bed. And I came across this video of this girl saying, serious question, how do you throw a punch? And I got up and recorded it and said, with your hand. Listen, did you know that a cloud can weigh up to 1 million pounds? Right? And it went stupid viral. And I did it again to see if it was just a one-off or if it was, or if this was my thing, and that was my thing.
Okay. And how far has this taken you? I mean, it's so interesting to me that you can do something like that and then it takes off. And certain people, they capitalize on it and other people don't. And you've done such a great job at staying true to being funny and playing to your audience, but then also like you're here tonight taking over the Opry socials.
It's crazy. I own 3 different businesses now that never would have came along. I'm part owner of Waze Energy Drink, part owner of Redfin Polarized. I own a T-shirt and apparel company. And it's crazy how far it brought us. We, not to get too deep into the weeds, but we filed bankruptcy in 2018. We was having a rough time, and now we in high cotton. We eating high on the hog. We're doing all right.
Who'd have thought that
amazing.
just being yourself
It's crazy.
was the magic card?
It's crazy, and I've had businesses that want to work with me, or large corporations. They're like, well, we need you to take these videos down in order to work. I'm like, yeah, we're not doing that.
Yeah.
I'm staying true to myself. I'm not going to sell out.
So I've seen enough now that I just trust you. But all your facts are actually facts.
I've gotten a couple of them wrong, and when I do, the comment section will let me know that they are wrong.
But you don't intentionally
I don't.
Okay.
I never have. Now I will withhold certain information from time to time to get the comments going. But everything I tell is right. To the best of my knowledge. I mean, I wasn't there when it happened.
Right.
I can't definitively tell you that George Washington chopped down a cherry tree. Was it Washington or Lincoln?
No,
it was Washington.
Washington,
Right.
right?
Yeah, so I was right the first time.
Yeah.
I wasn't there when it happened.
Sure.
But
So what are you looking forward to about tonight as we celebrate 100 years of this iconic show?
I don't know. I just.
Anybody you're excited to meet, maybe? Or
No, not really. I just kind of go with the flow. I never get too excited or too amped up over anything. I'm just like,
Do
chill.
you like country music?
I love country music.
Good.
Grew up on country music.
Excellent.
Grew up listening to WSM because this guy won't turn the radio in the shop.
Thank you,
to
Dad.
anything else.
Appreciate you.
It's still to this day playing WSM.
That's
That
amazing.
radio has not been turned off in how many years? The radio in the shop It's probably
It's
been
stuck.
on for 25 years now.
It's perfect. No,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
perfect. We don't want it to change. That's
Yep.
exactly right. So in walking in tonight, I mean, we were just talking to Dan about all the people that are coming. It's crazy. And we do Opry shows here all the time, but this is like the biggest thing that we've ever done in 100 years. Is there a person you hope that you get to meet tonight?
No.
Really?
No,
Nobody?
I mean, if I get to meet if I get to meet somebody cool, I get it usually 9 times out of 10 turns into a friendship because I'm not like a fangirl type person, Like I just sit there and talk to them like they're people,
Right.
I can't think of anybody. I mean, meeting Dolly would be pretty cool. Reba would be cool. I know Snoop Dogg was in town.
He was.
I don't know if he's still in town. I've heard word on the street that he might be there tonight. Now, this is not a leak or anything because I don't know.
Okay.
But he could be there tonight.
I think you
Alright.
and Blake Shelton would get along.
You'd
I
like
think
fine.
so. I'm pretty sure they've set some time aside for me and Blake to
Oh,
speak
good.
tonight.
Oh, good.
Yeah. I'm good friends with Gary LeVox, and we tried to call Blake Shelton when I think time before last when I was over at Gary's place, spending the weekend, and Gary started complaining that Blake didn't answer the phone. And I said, Gary, that's calling the kettle black. Pot calling the kettle black. Because Gary LeVox ain't answering that phone. Look, and he's like a crazy ex-girlfriend. He won't answer the phone, but he will call you back on a random Tuesday at 2 a.m. Like, what are you doing, nuns? Man, I'm sleeping like everybody else. What are we doing right now?
Love it so much.
Yeah.
Hey, man, thank you for coming in. We can't wait to see what happens tonight.
Thanks
it's
for
going to
having
be
me
a
on.
good time.
I do appreciate it.
We thank your dad for keeping it tuned to 650 WSM. Thank you very much. What's your dad's name again?
Ray.
Ray. Thank you, Ray. We appreciate you. We'll be watching tonight. Do you know what you're wearing?
No, I was going to ask you after this went off
So we
because I
don't
don't know. Yeah,
match.
we can match.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
It's not going to be pink, is it? Because you're wearing pink right now. Is that pink?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
We'll make sure that we look good together.
Yeah.
Okay,
I like
it's happening.
I like it.
Justin Nunley with us. Make sure that you're following him on all socials if you're not already. You probably are because he's got a lot of people following him. Well, we are hanging out in our studio this morning on our Assembly Food Hall stage right now. Justin Danger Nunley is with us. He's going to be taking over the Opry socials. We were just talking about Cody Johnson. You're buddies with him.
Yeah, I love Cody. Love Cody.
What was
And
the first time like that you met him? Do you remember?
phenomenal. We
Yeah.
met him at Gulf Coast Jam. So
Okay.
we're friends with the steel guitar player, Harrison Yunt.
Okay.
Right? And he said, hey, you live close to Panama City. Are you coming over? I was like, do you want me to come over? So we went over and hung out.
You want me to?
Yeah,
Okay.
hung out with the band
He's so fun.
all night. Yeah, great guy. Great show, too.
He's such
Phenomenal
a fun show.
show.
So we were talking about earlier dream collaborations.
Mm-hmm.
His song with Carrie Underwood just went number one, which this is so funny. He recorded that I think they recorded it probably 2 years ago. He put out Leather. And I remember we did a podcast episode with him and he said, I've got this song with Carrie Underwood. It's going to be so great. And it wasn't on the album. And so I said, well, what happened to the song, man? And he said, we had to hold it, blah, blah, blah. But I'm telling you, it's going to be such a huge hit. He was right. He called it number one.
I think
so.
she had an album coming out too, which is why
She
they
did,
held it.
and they had to hold it for a minute, but then it all worked out. So dream collaborations. It could be anybody. We want one country star involved, but it could be somebody outside the genre. Who's your dream collaboration, Charlie Mathis?
Just because they're absolutely two of my favorite songwriters on the planet, Ashley McBryde and James Taylor.
Oh,
Yes.
And I think they would get
Killer.
along really well too.
yes. Oh, I love that.
I love
all right.
Ashley. She's a good friend of mine.
I threw this on you just a minute ago. I'm like, dream collaboration. So who you got?
My mind immediately went to George Strait and Kojo.
Yeah.
Right. But
Yeah.
let me throw something else in there.
Okay.
A three-way collab. And
Okay.
throw Stapleton in there too would be phenomenal.
The vocals
Yes.
alone.
Oh, it'd be wild. Absolutely wild.
Like you wouldn't even know where to look if they were
No.
all on stage together. Who do I watch? Am I
Yeah.
watching George? Am I
Well,
watching
George
Cody?
is going to stay in the center,
Right.
so he'll
Yeah.
be easy to find.
Yeah, he's
And
not
honestly,
walking around.
Stapleton don't move a whole lot either, to
No.
be honest. So.
Cody's running around and doing a figure eight and just jumping all around.
I tell you, Stapleton, I was blown away by him when we seen him out here at, the football stadium.
Nissan, yeah.
Yeah, and I got to throw that plug in there, Nissan Stadium.
Nissan Stadium.
I call it Titan Stadium, whatever.
Have they signed
Nissan
on?
pay me, and I'll call it that,
Have they signed on to be the new sponsor of the big stadium that
Yes,
we're building?
thumbs up.
Okay.
Oh, y'all are building a bigger stadium?
A dome.
With a dome.
Yeah, we'll get
In Nashville?
Yeah.
Aren't you proud? Now you can come see people and not get rained out, Justin.
Oh, you know what? I am happy because when we went and seen George Strait,
Yeah.
rained it out about, But I tell you what, I was blown away by Stapleton at that show. It's like listening to the radio. That dude has got amazing vocals.
yeah.
Some people you go see.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to name any names, but you're just like, it leaves a lot to be desired. And then Stapleton comes on and he just blows you away.
So
it's
good.
wild.
Now, you're right, though. He's not going to move around a whole lot. He'll turn, and he'll look at Morgan. He'll sing to Morgan, and then he turns back to the front. And you're like, yes, that's what we wanted. I said dream collab for me, and, of course, this is just being selfish. I love Old Dominion. I love their vibe. I call them the yacht rock of country. And I think them with John Mayer.
Oh.
Just a big
Oh,
old
yeah.
John Mayer, guitar solo in the middle of an Old Dominion song. Like John Mayer and Brad Tersey playing with each other, like playing against each other with their guitar.
Yep.
That'd be awesome.
Hold on, I've got one for you.
Okay, let
the
me hear it.
vocals on this would be insane.
Let's hear it.
Dwight Yoakam and Snoop Dogg. Could you imagine?
California represent.
That would be wild.
They're
Yeah,
both West
Bakersfield
Coast.
in L.A.
I like
Come
where
on
you're
now.
going with this.
That would be wild.
That would be wild. You told us in the break that your mom has one dream. Of all of the stardom and celebrity that your social media has brought you, there's one person she's asked for.
I have been in green rooms with A-list celebrities.
Sure.
I'm friends with them in my phone and everything. My mom came to me about a year ago and she said, if there is one person, one celebrity that you ever get to meet, I've got to meet them. And I was like, who is it? I'm expecting, Dolly Parton, Reba, somebody along those lines, right? My mom said, Snoop Dogg. Huh? Snoop Dogg?
That was not what we were expecting from Mama.
Maybe that was influenced by Martha Stewart. I don't know.
Probably.
But
I'm there with you. I hope I get to meet him too.
Yeah.
That's so good. Hey, so taking over socials, when does that takeover start? What time?
I think 6:15.
Okay. Yeah.
But I'm going to be shooting some videos about 1 o'clock today for rehearsal. So
Good stuff.
I might show you a little behind the scenes.
Well, come see me. I go live at 5:30 on the live stream.
Okay.
So you're going to come over and hang out with me for a
Absolutely,
little bit.
yes.
Man, thanks for coming in. Stop by and see us whenever you want. Bring the fam. We love having you guys. Thank you for coming. And Ray, our biggest fan.
This is Coffee, Country, and Cody.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome in Coffee, Country, and Cody. We have a lot of stuff to get to in entertainment headlines this morning. Busy, busy, busy. Always so busy. Do you remember that commercial? Did you ever see that, Busy?
What was it for?
Busy, busy, busy. I don't remember, but there's a guy, and he's just staring at a computer, and all he says is busy, busy, busy. Paul and I say that to each other all the time.
Really? Okay. No.
Kind of the takeaway today.
I remember OJ running through the airport, but that didn't age as well.
Wow. No, it did not. Oh, Charlie.
Continue.
It's going to be a long night, y'all. Okay.
Imagine me on medication when I come back this afternoon.
Wow. Wow, I didn't see that coming. Okay, so a lot of people going out on tour right now.
Yes.
So many tours are being announced. If they haven't already started, they're going to be starting pretty soon. One of those that's now underway is Kane Brown. He's on the High Road Tour. So somebody just asked, hey, what is the one thing that you really cannot live without when you go on tour? Here's what he had to say.
What I cannot leave without my Xbox, and I'm not even gonna lie to y'all, this is the Xbox that they just bought for me because I left my last one in LA, but the new 2K just came out, so y'all are more than welcome to leave so I can play. Love y'all.
He wasn't kidding.
Y'all
He
can
was
go
like,
now.
Bye, thank you, and good luck. He is a top 0.1% of people who play Call of Duty. He is
really?
incredible. In fact, there's a channel, it's called Twitch.
Yes.
And you can watch other people as they're playing, like they have a setup and you're watching them play. He has his own Twitch channel.
Really?
And people just watch him play. My husband was watching Kane Brown play video games.
It's
Fascinating.
Yeah, it's an interesting phenomenon. Jackson, my little guy, when he was like 6 or 7, he would watch people play Minecraft. And I thought, why don't you play it as opposed to watching people play it? And I couldn't quite grasp that. But
I don't know.
Interesting, yeah.
So my nephew races small, I don't know if they're stock cars, but he races like go-karts.
Right.
and they're in Nevada. And last night he was a part of a virtual race, and we were watching him race a virtual race against other contestants around the world, and the track was the Nashville Fairgrounds track.
Oh, because you can pick which track you want. Yeah, it's
it was
crazy,
so
right?
fun. I was watching it like, this is the coolest thing ever.
Yeah, I think those simulators are so good. The track simulations
Right.
are so good that drivers who've never been to a track can go do that and at least mentally prepare for a little bit of what it's going to be like.
He came in fourth.
That's not
last
bad.
night.
Out of the world?
Out of 50 plus people
Yeah.
driving, and he's 14. So yeah, look out. He needs to come here and teach his cousin how to drive, because Reese is 15 and she can't drive a car. He can drive a go-kart 60 miles an hour.
I think the closest I could come to that is pole position back in the day. You remember pole position?
Yes.
I thought pole position was such a cool game.
I'm more of a Mario Kart kind of person, but
okay, yeah.
you know, that's where we are. All right, Opry 100, it's happening. We've been talking about it all day long, everybody, and we want to make sure that you are locked in and you don't miss a moment of it. So we're getting started here on WSM, 3 p.m. Charlie Meadows behind the board.
I think Whisperin' Bill Anderson will be my first guest, and then it'll just
Perfect.
we'll go on from there.
He is our longest serving member of the Grand Ole Opry.
63 years, I believe. Yeah.
3 o'clock for you.
Yes, 3 o'clock for me.
5:30 for me. We'll be doing live stream backstage red carpet extravaganza. All the stars coming through. We'll be talking to you, and then you'll tune right over to NBC at 7 o'clock. Blake Shelton. I'll pass the baton to Blake. He'll probably drop it at some point, but it's going to be a great show. Just kidding.
You may have to
It's gonna
throw
be
the
awesome.
baton to him. Yeah.
Could you imagine what that would even be like if
Yeah.
you try to throw something at Blake?
And I know, obviously, the place is going to be packed. If you're coming out to the show, come early and hang out on the plaza. You'll get to watch all our interviews on our big screen right outside our Acuff House studios. We'll have tons of guests on our Assembly Food Hall stage. And then at 5:30, we'll switch to your live stream, too. So you won't miss a thing if you want to come out and hang early. And there'll be lots of food and bev and all that kind of merch on
Food
the
and bev.
merch on the
Look at
plaza. Yeah, try and
Food, bev, merch.
make money for the company.
That's great. We know a little bit about who is singing what. We're not going to give any spoilers away, but there are going to be a few moments in the show you just do not want to miss. So make sure you tune in right at 7 o'clock Central. Marty Stewart, Lainey Wilson teaming up to do a Hank Williams classic. So that's
I
gonna
love
be
that
super
pairing.
fun. Yeah. Aloe Black and the McCrary sisters. Did not see this happening. They're coming together. They're going to be immortalizing Trailblazer Charlie Pride and doing Kiss an Angel Good Morning.
I have hat envy with Aloe. If you get to visit with him on the red carpet, would you ask him?
Ask.
Because he has so many different styles. They all look great on him.
Why do I feel like it would be a haberdashery is what he would probably say. There's a
Okay, well,
haberdashery
I
with
can
that.
go to whatever you just said.
This is the one that you know I'm such a fangirl. And I've met her before, but it's been a long time since I've seen her. Barbara Mandrell. Barbara Mandrell coming out on stage to introduce Kelsey Ballerini. Kelsey is going to be doing I Was Country When Country Wasn't Cool. Oh, what a moment. It's all happening tonight. We found out earlier from Opry Dan. He told us that we're going to have a person that we didn't know was going to
Ronnie
be showing
Millsap
up.
will be there. Yeah, very, very
He
excited
said that,
for
and we
Ronnie.
both went,
I didn't know that.
we didn't know Ronnie was coming. So, yeah, it's going to be an incredible night.
Opry Dan got a lot of secrets. He can share a few.
I think we just need to keep him here a little bit longer, because the longer he talked, the more we found out.
Yeah, although honestly, there's a part of me that I'm actually so excited now, not just for our part of it, but to actually see it in fruition. You know, we've
Yeah.
heard about it for so long. I kind of want to be surprised by a few things. So, and I think there's going to be a lot of things that will surprise me. So I'm just very much looking forward to it.
And our friend Woody Woodward, who's with us this morning in studio, you
Yes.
said 63, 64 is kind of the number of Opry stars that he's already counted
Right.
that are going to be a part of tonight's big Opry 100.
Amazing. And then you'll get to visit with a lot of our Next Stage alums as well. 'Cause I saw a lot of familiar names on that list too. So it's going to be a fun night.
I think Carly is going to be covering Dolly Parton. And then the last one that I will tell you about, we're getting into trouble. Trouble, Travis Tritt and Post Malone.
Oh, wow.
How fun
I love
is that
that.
going to be? I cannot wait. All right, so tune in tonight.
You know, Margie McGahey, who's leaving us after almost 40 years at WSM Radio, her brother-in-law, Jerry Chestnut, wrote Trouble.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, Elvis, of course, had the big hit on it originally. Frankly, I prefer that one, but, they're both great.
Oh, Who's calling in on the hotline? Is that Travis Tritt right now? Way to go.
Actually,
Yeah.
it just says,
Really, Charlie?
Just
You
says,
prefer Elvis?
Just says Malone. I'm like, I'm in trouble on both ends of that duet. So,
Hey, next time, Entertainment Headlines. Eric Church has new music coming out. We'll fill you in on that. Plus, Low Cash is betting the farm. So all of the details coming up next time, Entertainment.